All right, so hello and welcome to this video illustration of the setup and development of a certain special token called G7TK, which is an ERC20 a fungible token. So we're going to walk you through what we did to be able to achieve this project. All right, so the first thing we had to do is that we had to set up our development environment, that is install VS Code, and on VS Code we had to use hard Solidity, Prettier, or S-Link, but it was optional, but we found it helpful because we used it in debugging. And then we had to set our hard project to be in JavaScript format instead. And then we configured our Sepolia testnet using hardhat.config.js file. This is the file through which our project locally as a script is going to be able to communicate in with the Sepolia testnet, and we had to do that via our Alchemy account. For this project we use Alchemy. Okay, so let's go straight to the contract, the ERC20 contract creation. We named the file my token.sol. If I should come, you see the file my token.sol, and we used Open Zeppelin to implement the ERC token standard, and we named the symbol, or the name of our token was G7TK. And what we had to do was to ensure that we wrote a script or several scripts that would automatically be deployed, or that once the smart contract my token.sol is deployed, it enables us to receive ads automatically, to buy tokens via a function called to do multi-signature verification, that's minting, where we had to use three address of three accounts, namely just Joe, Tina, and Emmanuel. To be able to do that, we had to implement error handling on the script. So you're going to find all of these in our GitHub repo, which we're going to leave in the video description. And the next part of this assignment was that we had to deploy our contracts to the Sepolia testnet. So what to do that, we had to first of all write a deployment script, and after writing the deployment script, we had to now deploy and verify the contract. So we deployed the contract, we had to go to Etherscan and verify the contract. And most importantly, what we did there is that we had to look at the Etherscan address. We had to look at the contract address, and we had to look at the Etherscan link of that particular contract. All right, and then the further instruction was we had to send 10 tokens of our G7 to a particular address, which I would provide. We're going to do this exercise again in this video. And then after that, we had to go to unit testing. In unit testing, we had to use hard child welfare, and we had to do more than 5 tests. We actually compiled and we did 18, because we could use an automated procedure in VS Code to do that using chai and waffle. And we had to verify that our transfer functions are working well, our balances are working well, our F to token logic was working well, our multi-signature minting security checks were working, and at least make sure that our code was void, especially of the reentrancy attack and the access control implemented. And the next thing, we had to verify that our contract was deployed and added also to integrated to our MetaMask. So we did that, and we took a screenshot, added it to our project, showing the various about the balance on the account. All right, so first of all, let's look at what we deployed. So when you come to our document, you see here our contract address. You open the contract address, it takes you here, it gives you some time for it to load. Internet is not the best in Bambili. So first things first, you see the address, it gives you our ether balance. Our ether balance is 0.06 ethers, and you see the contract creator. This contract was created by me. And then you find out the fungible token tracker, which is the ERC20, GROUP7 token, which is the G7 ticket. All right, so when you come down here, you're going to see our source code. It was verified and it matched, and that's it basically. Now what we are going to do is that we come now to first of all to transactions based on this. So the teacher asked for us to do some transactions, so we had to first of all start by sending some amounts of some small tokens to the teacher's account. So we did that, and this is what we had as a hash. All right, this is the hash, and you see it's a transfer operation. which happened 3 hours ago. If you come to token transfer, currently we do not have any token transfers for our ERC20 token transfer, but we are going to do a transfer short away. We are going to put something in the account again, just to prove to you how it works and everything. And then we come to contracts, you're going to see the various contracts that we have. And so we'd like to tell you that, or let you know that interacting with contracts, smart contracts that are already deployed, automatically leads to either making of payments or transfers. All right. So if you come and so this is our contract address. This is the address of the contract. All right, and this is currently the balance of the contract in the contract at it balance. And now, if you come to events, you're going to see everything and what we've done so far with this particular. Yeah, this is a particular transfer which I told you about. All right, and that's it. Basically, you come to transactions. You see, these are the various transactions so far for the past few days. Token transfer. So right now I'm going to see something. I want to do something about the teacher's account. So we're going to come to the homework. All right, and this is the address. I'll copy this address, and then we are going to send some small tokens to this address. So you come to MetaMask and we select the account which carries our address, which was a Tina's account, and it was confirmed. It has 0.05 Ether. And when we come to tokens, we see our G7 token, and you see. So what we are going to do, let's send some small something to the teacher's account. It's going to load and it's confirmed. It says Sipolia. Oh, network fee. Good, that's it. The transfer is showing pending. After a while, it's going to be effected and it's going to appear on the transaction transfers of the ERC20 token, and we are going to be able to verify that. So it has showed that the thing is confirmed. So let's refresh that. Okay, so right now we are going to do that transfer, verify the transfer which we did. So you have to click to MetaMask and click here, and we'll say view on block explorer, and we're going to come here. So this is the transfer, this is the hash of the transfer, and this is the second transfer. We already did one. The other first one we did it. It's also possible to do token transfers directly from your development environment. That's VS Code command line. So that's it. So it says transfer to this, and this is the hash of the transfer. All right, it came from Tina's address to the teacher's address, and it gave the equivalent hash and the token that was used. All right, and the transaction fee, we find the transaction fee here, and the gas price, we find it here, and we found out that we send a total value of 0.05 if to the teacher's account. And you want to see more details, you can just go down and it tells you the burnt and tax savings, what was burnt and what was saved and everything. So that was it, and I think that this video was quite explicit. Now let's take you to the project structure itself. Okay, right now let me show you our development environment. This is a project structure. So we had an artifact, we had a catch. Now in Solidity development, I like that it's always possible for your credentials or sensitive information to be catched, so that whenever I want to make subsequent requests, it's going to perform the validation for you. So what you have to do sometimes, we had a lot of errors compiling the code, and when I did a bit of research, I realized that it was because the catch was still very functional, so I needed to always invalidate the catch, just clear it. All right, so in that you find our contract and you have the locking. This is what locks the locking script. You had a my token, that's our token script. You had a uber credentials Solidity contract script. Then under that we had to now come down to our to the test folder, and in that under our script, now we did a function, a script to buy tokens, to check addresses, to check for network, to deploy, to mint that a multi-signature signing function to ensure that at least 2 out of these 3 addresses must be able to sign. So I must give my consent as Joe, Tina, and Emmanuel, or 2 of us, not 1. And then we had a transfer function, we had a credential store, all right, that stores and verifies credentials, and then we had a verify function that is able to take a required hash and then verify if it exists in our credentials store. So that was it basically. And also this is our security analysis, and we ran our security analysis and it gave us the security constitutions which we had to do, and we implemented it, and we had something better. And then you have the project report where you find everything there, structure and everything. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of this video, and thank you. It was a good time.